Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have a beer from a brewing company that I have not done a review for yet. This beer is from North High Brewing Company. They are out of Columbus, Ohio, and this beer is called Mr. Fahrenheit. And you can see on there it has a tiger with an astronaut helmet on. This is a New England style IPA. It is 7.2 ABV. I really don't know a lot about this. Or actually, I shouldn't say a lot. I really don't know anything about this brewery. I haven't heard them. Just a buddy was in, I think, in Youngstown recently and grabbed this for me at a bottle shop. So we'll see. I'm going in completely blind, which is usually the best way with no preconceived notions. So we'll see how this is. And it says... Notice on the can here it says since 2011, so they're not like super new, like a lot of breweries now. Also, I just wanted to make note. So I don't know if you saw the logo on this glass here, but it's a Dogfish Head snifter. See right there. I just read today that they merged. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I don't know if they merged or got bought out by Sam Adams. The reason I say bought out is Sam Adams is much bigger. So I don't know exactly what the terms of the deal were, but it said it was a $300 million deal. So that's pretty crazy for craft brewing or macro craft or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, as you can see, this pours like a translucent orange color. It's definitely not, like, you can't see through it, but I wouldn't call it hazy either. There's definitely some light getting through, with about a finger's worth of white head. The aroma, it definitely smells a little old. Not to the point where it's, like, cardboardy oxidized, but it just has, like, sometimes when IPAs get a little old, they have, like, a little bit of, a body odor character. It's not, like, the same as in Mosaic hops. It's a little earthy, and I'm actually picking up, like, some pine and lemon. And there's something that almost reminds me of, like, wet cedar, which is kind of weird. And then there's a little bit of, like bready caramel malt in there too. Wow. It's not amazing, but it tastes a lot better and more fresh than I was expecting given the aroma. So that's a nice little surprise. The flavor's a little more on the like citrusy and tropical side. It's a little bit of orange and a little bit of peach. There's actually a lot of orange, but there's a decent amount of like this perfumey, like potpourri character too, which I'm curious what's causing that. That might be what I was picking up in the aroma as cedar, because cedar to me is very like floral, and kind of getting the same thing in the taste. The bitterness, I would say, is it's not very bitter, but it's also not like missing, like there's no bittering hops in it. It's not like that, like some New England IPAs. This kind of just reminds me of like a pale ale versus an IPA all around. Because it is pretty balanced, but it's a little caramely, but it's not really like sweet. The sweet and the bitterness are really balanced, and it just drinks that way too. The body's really, I don't want to say it. The body's really soft, but not like pillowy like Brew Gentleman hops. Just like a nice, delicate drinking beer, almost like a Maine beer. But it doesn't have like the heft. I mean, I know it's only 7.2, but that's still way bigger than what I would guess. I would guess this is like 5.5. It really does just feel like a classic pale ale to me, and a really well done one at that. Well, maybe after another sip, I might change my mind a little bit. It definitely has those flavors, but it does. I am picking up like a little bit of alcohol now that I went back to it, but I still think it's a really crushable beer. I don't know that they necessarily, if they're trying to get a true New England style IPA, they failed at that. But did they fail at the beer? Absolutely not. I think it's a really nice, easy drinking beer, and has a little bit of a different hop profile. I would say it's more in the lines of it's not old school East Coast because it's not super bitter and it's not really malty. It's definitely not West Coast either. This reminds me of like a Midwest like early 2010s beer, like something from Three Floyds or Bell's or maybe even Surly would do, like maybe something. It's kind of similar to Surly Furious, really. So it's in that realm, but it's good for what it is. So I don't know what this costs, but I'm guessing if he grabbed, I'm not that he, not that he's cheap, but he's just trying to find good deals and some interesting stuff. So if he just snagged this can for me, I'm guessing it's not really expensive. So if this is like $3 a can or something, which $2 to $3 a can, which I'm guessing it is, that's pretty reasonable. I would buy this again. If I wanted something a little cleaner and I really didn't want a New England IPA, I might reach for this. It's a nice beer, and unless it's cost prohibitive, I would buy it again. So I think that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.